All right, Bears fans, happy Saturday morning to you. Hope everyone's weekend is getting a good start. Now, today, I'm going to tell you about some games this weekend that you guys need to keep an eye on for prospects for next year's draft. These games are going to feature some quality players that I think would be a good addition to our Chicago Bears. Now, before we get going, as always, please hit that subscribe button. Go ahead and leave a comment, hit the like button, and let's talk about this, because this is the start of a great football year, college and pro. All right, so with that, first game up, Tennessee and Virginia. Now on the Tennessee side, I want you guys to keep an eye on Cade Mays. Now Cade Mays, this guy, 2-year starter at center. As you know, we've had a lot of injuries in the center position, so someone to keep an eye out on. Big boy, 6'3", 310 pounds. Hopefully, someone we could probably get in the later rounds and add to our team in the future. And hopefully he can stay healthy this season, because I got my eye on him. So, Cade Mays, center for the University of Tennessee Volunteers. Now, also on Tennessee, wide receiver, Brew McCoy. Now, big boy at 6'2", 215, great possession receiver, played at USC as well as Texas for a little while. Now, this guy coming in, 50-plus receptions last year, over 600 yards receiving, 4 touchdowns. Someone that could probably come in and battle for a roster spot and give us some size. Not sure what we're going to do with Chase Claypool after the game, so after the season, I should say. So hopefully we keep Chase, but if not, we have options. And so with that, we're going to move on to the second game that I need you guys to keep an eye on. Now, that game is going to feature quite a few players to keep an eye on, and that is Ohio State at Indiana. Now, this is a 3:30 p.m. Eastern game, so hopefully everybody's got their grills going and feeling good, and your drink of choice, water probably. But for me, in this game, we're going to look at 2 offensive linemen, 2 wide receivers, as well as a defensive end. Now, if you heard me talk in previous videos about 2024 draft prospects, now this first guy should be familiar, and that is Emeka Egbuka. Now this 6'1", 205 wide receiver balled out last year as the number 2, so someone who I think we need to keep an eye on. The Bears, I know we're going to have plenty of scouts there. Played with Justin Fields for 1 year, so think that we need to really keep an eye on him, because he could be a Chicago Bear. Now, across from him in the slot position is Julian Fleming. Now, he is listed at 6'1", 206, primary, like I said, slot receiver. So, good size for us with Darnell Mooney possibly moving on after this year, if we don't resign him or extend a contract offer to him after the season. So, keep an eye on Julian Fleming and Emeka Egbuka. Now, on the offensive line, left guard, Donovan Jackson. Now, this guy right here is probably my 1B, with Emeka being 1A for a first-round pick. And as you know, the Bears have 2 first-round picks. So, Carolina Panther fans, hate to say it, but I sure hope you guys go 0 for 17. All right? Now, Donovan Jackson, big-time left guard, getting a lot of press. Hopefully does well, stays healthy, which will be a theme for all college players this year as prospects for the Bears. Health, right? We have a lot of injuries right now on the Bears offensive line, so keeping that in mind, left guard, Donovan Jackson. Now his line mate at the right guard spot is Matt Jones. Now, 2-year starter himself, plays very well, 6'3", 320. Hopefully someone that plays well and does well in the running game, one that I'll be keeping an eye on. Stay healthy. for the season and someone who can come in, maybe a 5th round or later pick for us to look at. So Matt Jones, right guard. Now moving on to the other side of the ball, defensive end, JT Malamalu. Now, talked about him and prospects for 2024, 6'4", 270 guy. Definitely someone we need to keep our eye on, okay? So hope you guys join me in watching that game. Now, also at the same time, Washington Huskies are going against Boise State, and in that game, Braylon Trice, defensive end for the Washington Huskies, someone that I talked about that the Bears could look at to help bolster the ends on our defensive line going forward. So watch him, keep an eye on him, and let me know what you think down in the comments, okay? All right, and for the last game, Sunday night, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time start, Florida State and LSU are going at it. Now, on the Florida State side, Jared Verse, defensive end, someone that, I'm high on, came through last year, nine sacks, so definitely one to watch. Then, on the LSU side, now over there, starting off, wide receiver, Kyrene Lacy, a 6'2", 205-pound wide receiver, performed fairly well last year. It looks pretty good, being talked about on some media circles as someone to watch who might be a good second-round pick. With our wide receivers, 2 of which are in contract years, you can never look at enough wide receivers at this point. So with that, over on the defensive end, Sevion Jones, another defensive end, not a flashy player, but a good-sized player at 6', right around 270 pounds. So hopefully someone that can get after it. I definitely will be keeping an eye on him in that game, since we won't have much to do on Sunday night, right? And then also on the LSU defensive line, Mason Smith, a very good guy. Only played 1 game last year because of injury. Hopefully he comes back strong to show what he can do, getting a lot of press, getting a lot of love from the media. So at 6'6", 315 pounds, a guy that I'm going to keep a watch on and see if he has any lasting effects from the injury last year. I believe it was a knee injury, so we check it out whether he can get off the line quickly, asserting any pressure up the middle, something that on the Bears right now, we're trying to apply pressure to most quarterbacks in our system. So Mason Smith, we're looking at you, kid. All right? So with that, Bears fans, I hope you enjoy your Saturday, and I will see you on the next one. And as always, peace.